How's it going there, everybody? It's Mr. Zen over here bringing you guys a brand new Youjo Senki episode discussion. And for today's segment, guys, we're going to be talking about is episode 4 that just came out this week. And honestly, guys, this episode was very entertaining because we're slowly starting to see how Being X is now trying to sabotage Tanya throughout the military mage world that is going around. Now, honestly, though, it's entertaining also at the fact that Tanya herself is actually putting herself in a very dangerous situation. The more she tries to fight it, the more Being X is gonna be trying to bring her closer, and it's so hilarious. But yeah, it's riveting to the point that the story is actually keeping us centered and keeping us actually entertained to the point that we're wondering, like, Tanya doesn't see the big scheme of things, but she's just trying to stay at one focus point and saying, what, I just want to get out of here. I just want to get out of here. I just want to get. That's all she's trying to say. But yet, life has its way to actually keep turning it around on her. But you gotta think about what the big scheme of things is going on around here, guys, and that is the fact that the war itself is going on. Because in the episode, Tanya is going to school, she's doing her own thing, and she's actually approached by General Satur as she was going to like, what am I here for? And he was wondering, let me get your thoughts and opinions on the war itself. And of course, Tanya, when it's wondering, like, is this a test, or I better put up my A game. She's doing everything she can to seem to, like, as if she's like she's very more knowledgeable and seems that she's the top dog. She's not someone to be playing around with. But everything that she was saying to General Satur was she of course was actually being very careful to, at the same time as what General Satur's motives were too, because no one just doesn't bring you to the side and say what are your thoughts on the war itself. There's always a motive. So Tanya's not no easy pickings right there, and General Sator is actually noticing that as well. That she's a very not over anxious or overprotective. It's more the fact that she's very cautious. She's overly cautious, and she has the right to do that because Being X is still lingering around. And it's so funny that I'm saying that she's overly cautious, because I believe if it was this episode or the previous episode where she's in the classroom and she's like cleaning her gun, and one of the students goes up there and says, I'm just curious, why are you always cleaning your gun? And she literally responds, because you never know when I might need to use it, and you're here wondering, like, oh, who she's gonna use that gun for. Oh man, she's just holding that anger in, and she's actually proving a point for everybody, saying that I'm ready. Let me know when you're ready, but I'm ready right now. And it's so funny because we all know that Being X is watching her 24/7, so she's literally on guard throughout the whole entire time. Man, it's just that particular scene made me laugh. Ooh, that particular scene made me laugh. But there's other scenes that also made me laugh too. But we'll get to it right now. Now, honestly, the episode is continuing on as which she was actually talking to General Satur. What really got me interested was the fact that what she was explaining was something that that I thought, like, aren't the top dogs, shouldn't they notice what she was actually talking about? Because what Tanya was explaining to General Sator was the fact that in the war it's gonna lead to a world war. And I'm here thinking, like, how are the other generals and the top commanders not noticing this? Even the 12-year-old girl can actually notice. Heck, even someone who's not even knowledgeable in the military would already know that it's already leading to a world war in itself. But we have to think about the timing, the type of age that they're in. So the information is not that processed. So maybe that's how a lot of folks in the country weren't necessarily informed, because you could say the information network that was sent around there was always like somebody actually sending it on paper, telegram, whatever the point. The point is, Tanya herself was implementing, saying that we need to have a mage battalion ready on the strike, kind of like having the Marines going up first in the battle. That's what she was basically saying, but with mages instead. So having mages right there, like a first battalion right there ready, so that way they can be just implemented at any time, anywhere, and which would actually cause you could say the loss of humans and destruction to a minimum for the the home side. And I thought to myself, that does make sense. It makes sense. And it's funny because General Sator, he was like, this meeting was very strategic because, you know, he was taking notes and saying, okay, interesting, okay. So he was agreeing and saying, you know, and while everything was going on, and of course, you know, Tanya leaves after she was explaining herself. What really got me was that General Satoru actually sent that idea to the big office, to, I believe it was General Kurt von Rudersdorf. Let me know, guys, if I mispronounced that. And that right there was just hilarious, because then she gets, later in the episode, she gets invited to like some fancy dining room with, I believe, with General Satoru and General Kurt. And it's so funny because they said, oh, you know, we loved your idea that you pitched, and we're actually going to implement it now. And of course, she's just kind of shocked that, oh my god, they're really following it. They're really following through it. So Tanya, of course, is kind of going like, oh my god, yeah, she's gonna get that easy laugh that she really focused on, because, you know, they're seeing that, you know, she's actually a very smart girl. But the thing is that it backfired on her. She's trying to get that easy laugh, but the more she opens herself, the more she's gonna get herself in the position that she doesn't want to be in. And necessarily that is because the top dogs actually said that we want you to be up there with that 1st Battalion. And that myself made me die as well, because the more she's trying to escape from that, the more they're trying to put her in the front lines. Oh man, that was just freaking hilarious, folks. That right there. And then Tanya, of course, is just kind of angry at the fact that this is all happening to her. And so then the episode kind of ends right there, and literally have her at the dining room table, just like, oh, you know, like, I can't believe this is happening, and there's nothing that she could do about it. But it's funny because, you know, you're looking at this episode, and it's the symbolism involved in the episode. It's child's play. To her, it's freaking child's play. All these top dogs, they're just laughing, and they're in a very serious mood. They laugh at the human losses, which is very kind of weird, because, you know the way they're kind of implementing the wars, it seems like it's fun for them. But it seems that for them, it seems like it's child play for Tanya, because of the way that they were kind of symbolizing, and in the imagery that were involving themselves in the episode. And that is because when she was at the dinner table, they gave her a small baby chair. You know, those high-rise chairs like that you give a toddler. She was in one of those. And it's funny because she's getting all this praise and recognition as if, you know, as if this is just all a game. And Tanya is just right there, just laughing of eating a very nice fancy dinner. It's just freaking hilarious how the episode is really heading towards to it. The imagery involved in there was pretty interesting. And also, it's funny too with the symbols and imagery involved with it, because I believe Tanya actually had a coffee date, you could kind of say, with Captain Uger, where they were talking about the war itself, and Captain Uger was really worried about what the future of the war is going to head towards to. And of course, Tanya is giving her the little lecture, you should back out. If you don't want to be in, don't even be in it. And she's giving that little, that little baby face, you could say, those crocodile tears to Captain Uger. And it's funny because it's still just child's play. She's just acting. It seems that she's just having fun with all these people. She's like honestly, she's like psychologically trying to get in all these guys' head and seeing how they're trying to think. Like a freaking sociopath right there. Jesus Christ, man. Tanya is the epitome of evil itself, folks. She is evil. But yeah, folks, let me know down in the comments below as to what you guys' thoughts on the episode itself. And honestly, like I said, the episode is actually entertaining, seeing how it's actually heading towards too. And it's funny how all these characters, they're all just placed randomly everywhere, but at the same time, you're kind of looking at these characters saying that, they're going through a lot. Wartime, they're going through a lot, and Tanya, she's trying to ease her way in. She's like a little slink, slithering her way up the ranks. Funny though. But like I said, though, let me know down in the comments below as to what are you guys' thoughts on the anime episode itself. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoy my content, don't forget to give a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Youjo Senki episode discussions. And as always, guys, hope you guys are having a wonderful day. But this is Mr. Zen, signing out.